Francis calls alternative news or quote-unquote fake news a sin, further in trying to indoctrinate the masses to follow governmental mainstream media. Pope Francis states that by spreading and focusing on scandals and smearing politicians, you risk becoming like people who have a morbid fascination with excrement. Really? Really? This is where the original report is from. Let's go back here. Pope Francis told the Belgian Catholic Weekly, Teritro, I don't know how you pronounce it, that spreading potential disinformation was probably the greatest damage that the media can do. And using communications for this, rather than to educate the public, amounted to a sin. We must consider what exactly the Pope would classify as fake. According to leftists and mainstream media, anyone who has a differing opinion must be pushing fake news. Just today, I was on the website and I was talking with a person who I was commenting with. They were in a disagreement with what I was saying. It was their opinion versus the story. And they were saying because I was different, I held a different opinion than they did, I must be a part of fake news. Do you see what this is doing to people? If someone holds a different opinion, ladies and gentlemen, they are not pushing fake news. They just hold a different opinion. This is psychological warfare at its finest, and if we don't realize this. According to leftists in the mainstream media, anyone who has a differing opinion must be pushing fake news. While there is a severe problem with fake news, and each site should be investigated to prove or disprove the motive behind each article, it should be duly noted that just because an individual may have a different opinion doesn't mean it's fake news. Now, this is, of course, what the Pope was stating. Using precise psychological terms, he said scandal-mongering media risked falling prey to coprophilia, or arousal from excrement. And consumers of this media, risked eating excrement. Really? The Argentine-born pontiff excused himself for using such terms in order to get his point across while answering a question about the correct use of the media. I think the media have to be very clear, very transparent, and not fall into, no offense intended, the sickness of coprophilia. That is, always wanting to cover scandals, covering nasty things, even if they are true, he said. Now, wait a minute. He's kind of flip-flopping here because he was originally trying to attack fake news, saying it was liking it to coprophilia. But now he's saying even if it's true. Ah, okay. So it's basically somebody who has a different opinion about a certain event or a politician. Well, guess what? You eat shit. Yeah? Okay. And since people have a tendency towards the sickness of eating excrement, a lot of damage can be done. That section of the interview, all of which was distributed to reporters in an Italian translation of the interview in the Pope's native Spanish, contained some of the most blunt language the pontiff has ever used about the media. Oh, that's interesting because Pope Francis's credibility regarding said statements should come into question. He has publicly hailed communism and recently compared communists to Christians, stating that it has been said many times, and my response has always been that, if anything, it is the communists who think like Christians. What? We already knew this. It's not necessarily new, it's now open and public. Pope Francis appears to be a Marxist, and the statements regarding fake news further prove the agenda behind labeling every single alternative news outlet as fake. The agenda being to radically indoctrinate the masses into one single opinion and one single ideology. You better wake up. Because they're coming after alternative news, alternative media very hard. Now you have Google, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube all joining into this coalition to go after quote-unquote extremist content, self-policing, even further. And if their bots or algorithms deem that content extreme, they will be banned from using the services. It will not be you get banned from YouTube, but you can still use Facebook. You will be banned from them all. This is dangerous. It is almost like blanket censorship. Let's put it that way. Anyways, this is all the news I've got for you guys right now. Make sure you guys stop by the Christian Truther or christiantruther.com. That way you can get the latest news and, of course, our investigative reports. God bless you all and carry on.